Hello there. So today we are looking at probably the biggest joke I have seen in the recent history of mobile gaming or critical ops. We have someone, you see his name right here. Um, I'm not going to read this out because it's literally a fucking joke. Like this stuff up here, right? This stuff, like the entire upper thingy, is stuff that you can live with, right? This is just normal shit, okay? So he's essentially saying we want the devs to listen. The devs haven't listened in the past. We want them to listen now. Blah blah blah. So what do we want? So just so you are on the right wavelength, right? This guy takes himself serious enough to sign the thing with yours sincerely, the competitive scene plus him, and then gives following demands: the old critical ops FOV. Just so you know, this is a purely cosmetic and purely visual change that no one gives a fuck about. The old gun animation, same thing. The old map shaders, same thing. I'll get to that in a second. The wall glitch. So, the wall glitch, okay? Do you actually think that anyone on this earth that plays critical ops has the interest of the wall glitch being being a thing? Like, aside from the people that would be playing on a diamond level and are now close to elite ops because they are abusing this shit, but I don't think that any competitive player, as there aren't any really, but just just for argument's sake, I don't think that any competitive player or any of the developers feels like this wall glitch should be a thing. And I think that it takes a big percentage of the player base that the game potentially could have, like the casual ranked players that play the game every day. Many of those people play the game a lot less, which is negative for Critical Force. So, both from a financial and from a community standpoint, no one wants this wall glitch to be a thing. Do you think that they aren't sitting in the office right now trying to figure out how to fix it? Don't you think that people that are in other ways involved with the game are looking into ways to fix this? Why? And I found this phrase, this wording, pretty interesting. It's rapidly killing the game's population and demotivates people to continue playing the game. Are you describing the fact that 120 FPS exists? Are you describing the fact that garbage matchmaking exists? Are you describing the fact that the movement speed is way too high for the service to comprehend properly? You could mention so many points here that would actually change something, and where I would stand behind and be there saying, "Yo, I want to share this on pretty much every server. I want this to get like thousands, fucking, I don't care, millions of fucking people that sign this petition, right?" But not for that. And this shows what kind of an idiot people who signed this shit. They're just 20, but the petition just came out like a few minutes ago, so probably gonna be like a few more. So, daily missions with credit prices. Are you actually fucking retarded? Like, I'm sorry, but back then, the maximum credits that you could obtain by getting a good mission plus getting the ad to boost it, essentially, the max you could get is 45 every day. 45 credits. Right now, you can get 60 credits per device for free every day, but with the slight difference that back then you could literally get the daily missions without having to watch credits, without having to watch ads, which would mean that Critical Force gives you money for free, which is essentially, from an economic standpoint, a pretty stupid thing to do. But right now we have Critical Force giving us credits in exchange for us watching ads, which gives them money back and might lead to them getting better deals with the ad company that they are working with. So there's no fucking reason why those daily missions should come back. Neither from community interest, because you get less credits, or from devs' interest. They literally send people money for free. Like, what the fuck? Why does this exist? Who has the audacity to, like, not put any research into shit and then write a fucking petition? Like, let me show you something, okay? I'm working on stuff that is around around fixing the game, right? Let me show you some stuff that I have researched and that I would put into a petition if I was desperate enough. We have, that's the right folder. So this is a message I wrote to one of the developers of CritiClubs, who commented below one of my videos and asked me if I could explain to him why I consider the game to be worse right now compared to how it was 2017, 2016, 2018-ish, right? This has more than enough points to fill 3 of those petitions. This thing alone, right? We then have my 120 FPS video. That's the entire script for it, with almost a year of research in it, which you could also perfectly use for something like that. I mean, I have used it for a video, and I have used it partially for this Galaxy Network article here. You can see this one. I wrote it, right? I wrote this article based on my research. Then there is some other stuff. No, that's the garbage. We have this beautiful thing right here, which is essentially a summary of all the things that I've wrote, like the scripts that I'm still working on. We have this thing that I wrote in May 2019, which is essentially a top 10 list of everything that Critical Force needs to work on in order for the game to become good again. Which is around their community interaction, about aim punch, about 120 FPS, about movement and accuracy, about the ranked system, about the skill gap and the low skill ceiling in the game, about maps, about essentially everything that you can have. And this thing is about fucking, I think, 20,000 words long or something. That's something that you could work with. It's based on proof. It's based on an opinion of someone who knows what he's talking about, and with some expert opinions of people who also know what they're talking about. And we have this thing that I've been writing quite recently, which is the next video that I will be releasing on the topic, which is also based around research. I've been talking with people who play other good and skill-based games on a high level. I myself have done so. Yeah, this is something as well that you could put into a survey or a petition. I just don't get me wrong. I approve the fact that people are willing to put the public opinion at risk for in exchange for making something like that. But I'm not a fan of people pretending like they are trying to save the game when, in fact, let's look into let's look into this thing again. Who profits from those changes? Who profits from them? Literally fucking nobody. On an economic level, Critical Force will lose money adding those changes, because the workforce required into reworking those things will not have any long-term profit for them, unlike the changes that I have mentioned and that I will mention in the future, because if Critical Force manages to build a comp scene again, they will have big orgs becoming part of their game, just like it was intended in 2017, 2018, like with Fnatic, FaZe, Ninjas in Pajamas, who were all interested in picking up a Sea Ops team, and some orgs who actually did, namely Space Station Gaming. No one gains from this. The game doesn't. It does make the game better. There's already a new FOV announced, which is pretty close to CS:GO, and or it's not even called a fucking FOV. What the fuck am I talking about? It's literally called a view model. Like, FOV is your field of view. It's how many degrees are broadcasted onto your screen. That has nothing to do with the fucking view model. how am I just noticing this now? Old gun animations. Guns bob back and forth in real life. Just in case you missed it, like, people don't implant the gun into their arm, right? That's normal. That it kind of bobs up and down. That's literally unrealistic and how it's supposed to be. There are many other things in this game that are unnecessary and that you could be criticizing already. But instead of doing that, this person is pretending like he's the head of the entire competitive scene and just talk to like millions of people who are making money with this game. Like, this is how this sounds like. This sounds like some article wrote by CSPPA, which is essentially... Oh, no, I'm not getting into this dispute. So, I feel like if someone was to be able to represent the entire competitive scene, why don't we have some expert opinions on this? Why did the person who made this petition, why didn't he ask people like Cheeseman, Twist, all those people have their Discord and all those people have their Twitter DMs open? Why not ask them about their opinion? Maybe mention it. Exactly, because none of the people who I would consider to be part of the competitive scene, which are people that played on a comp level in 2017, 2018, none of those people give a fuck about shaders, about mission rewards, about gun animations. The entire game is shit. This petition is as if you would try to make a peace treaty with North Korea, and the thing that you pick out prohibiting them from is selling black workers to work in overtime jobs on pirate islands. Okay? The amount of people who get influenced, or the amount of people that have their life improved by this change, is so minimal that it's not worth the effort of even writing this fucking 12 lines of petition. I'm just straight up sorry for everyone who thinks that this is actually going to change anything. Let's go, baby. Yeah. I'm going to kill myself. That's where I'm going.